I still remember the sound of the door. Not slammed, not shouted, just closed. That soft click echoed louder than any scream. I stood there for a moment, staring at the door like it might open again, like he might come back and say he didn't mean it, but he didn't. That's how my marriage ended. No warning, no worth remembering, just a sentence spoken calmly, like he was returning something to a store. You're not my responsibility anymore. His arms were crossed. His face was empty, like I had already disappeared. You don't bring anything to this house, he added, and I'm done pretending. I wanted to ask when I became nothing. I wanted to remind him of the years I cooked, cleaned, supported him when he was unemployed, encouraged him when he failed. But my closed. I nodded, because sometimes your heart breaks so quietly, your body doesn't know how to react. I packed a small bag, 2 shirts, 1 sweater, old sneakers, my phone charger. He watched the whole time, didn't stop me, didn't help me, didn't say goodbye. When I stepped outside, the air felt colder than it should have, like the city itself had turned its back on me. That night, I slept on a bus bench in downtown Chicago. I used my coat as a blanket and my bag as a pillow. Cars passed. Laughter echoed from nearby bars. Someone walked by and slowed down just enough to stare. No one asked if I was okay. I wasn't. I kept replaying his words over and over in my head. You don't bring anything to this house. Was that true? Had I really become that invisible? At some point, tears came, quiet ones, the kind you wipe away fast because you don't want strangers to notice. I didn't sleep much. The next morning, my body ached. My phone battery was almost dead. I had $17 in my wallet. $17. That's what my entire life was worth now. I walked into a small grocery store just to get warm. I wasn't planning to buy anything. I just needed a place to breathe. As I stood there, digging through my bag for lip balm, my fingers touched something plastic. A card. I pulled it out slowly. Old. Scratched. The edges worn down like it had been carried for years. It was my bank card. Seeing his name printed on it made my chest tighten. He had given it to me years ago, not long before he died. He was sitting at the kitchen table that day, wearing his old brown jacket, the one he wore everywhere. Keep this, he said, sliding the card toward me. I laughed. I have my own account. He smiled softly. Just keep it. I asked him what was on it. He shook his head. Doesn't matter. You might need it one day. I never used it. After he passed away, I kept it more like a memory than anything else. I honestly believed it was empty, or closed, or useless. Standing there in the grocery store, I stared at the ATM near the exit. I hadn't eaten since yesterday morning. My hands started shaking. What if it doesn't work? What if it declines and the cashier hears? What if I embarrass myself one more time? I almost put the card back. Almost. But hunger has a way of pushing pride aside. I walked up to the ATM, entered, PIN. The screen froze. My stomach dropped. Then words appeared. Please wait, assistance required. My heart started racing. I stepped back, ready to apologize to no one in particular, when I noticed 2 employees whispering behind the counter. They looked at the screen, then at me, then each other. One of them rushed toward me. Ma'am, he said, trying to sound calm, could you come with us for a moment? My mind went blank. I didn't steal anything, I said immediately. This card belongs to my father. He didn't answer. That silence scared me more than yelling would have. They led me into a small office in the back. No windows. Just a desk, 2 chairs, and a computer. A manager came in. Gray hair, serious face. He stared at the screen for a long time. Then he looked at me. Do you know what account this card is connected to? I shook my head. No. I thought it was empty. His eyebrows lifted slightly. This account has been inactive for years, he said slowly. But it's not empty. He turned the screen toward me. I didn't understand what I was seeing at first. So many zeros. I blinked, then laughed. A short, broken laugh that sounded almost hysterical. That's not real, I said. There's a mistake. The manager didn't smile. Your father's name, he asked. I nodded. That's the account holder. My ears started ringing. My father fixed watches, I whispered. He reused tea bags. He wore the same jacket for 10 years. The manager leaned back. He also invested, he said. Very early. He explained everything slowly, like he was afraid I might faint. Tech startups, long-term investments, accounts left untouched. My father had lived small on purpose. Then he said something I will never forget. Your father left instructions, he told me. The account transfers fully to you only if you personally access it, not through lawyers, not through inheritance claims. My knees went weak. Even after his death, he had planned for my worst day. I cried right there in that office, not loud, not dramatic, just tears that had been waiting a long time. Within hours, everything changed, but not the way people think. I didn't go shopping, I didn't celebrate, I didn't feel rich. I felt safe for the first in years. I rented a small apartment. Nothing fancy, just quiet, clean, mine. I bought groceries without checking prices. I slept for 12 hours straight. I started therapy. I went back to school. I learned who I was without being someone's wife. Weeks passed, then months. One evening, my phone buzzed. A message. From my ex-husband. I heard about your father, it said. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Maybe we should talk. I stared at the screen for a long time. Then I deleted the message. Not anger, out of clarity. People think money saved me. What saved me was realizing something far more important. I was never worthless. I was never empty. I was never nothing. I just didn't know what I carried until life forced me to find out. Sometimes people leave you at your lowest, not knowing you're standing on a hidden foundation. And sometimes your greatest rescue was prepared long before you ever needed it.